Picture yourself standing beneath a vast and endless starry sky. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to feel the heartbeat of life that resonates beyond what the eyes can see. Today, we receive a message from Ashtar Sheran, commander of the Galactic Federation, a message that resounds like a gentle yet powerful call to all who seek to understand the great transformation already unfolding on our planet. This is not an ordinary moment. Earth is moving through a transition unlike anything recorded in our recent history. Ashtar comes not to inspire fear, but to invite each of us to open our hearts and recognize that we are living through a sacred time. A time when old structures collapse to make way for the birth of the new. As you listen to these words, remember, this is more than just information. It is an invitation to align your mind, body, and spirit with a higher vibration. A call to remember that even in moments of uncertainty, you are not alone. The stellar presence is here, a reminder that we are part of a greater cosmic family. We are living in a time where the signs are multiplying before our very eyes, even if many choose to ignore them. There is an undeniable acceleration, noticeable not only in world events, but also in the very core of each individual. Perhaps you felt it yourself, that invisible pressure manifesting as restlessness, as the feeling that something vast is about to unfold. This sensation is not random. It is the direct reflection of vibrational changes now reaching our planet. Ashtar Sheran appears at this crucial moment as both messenger and guardian, reminding us that we are not lost in chaos, but guided by a greater force. His presence is a sign that humanity is ready to cross a threshold of consciousness, and this warning matters because it points to something far beyond external shifts, political, climatic, or social. It reveals a profound transformation in the very fabric of reality, a raising of frequency that touches everything we are. Many are already sensing this process within their own bodies and minds. Disrupted sleep, vivid dreams, and even the feeling of disconnecting from old habits or environments. Others notice emotions becoming more intense than ever before, swinging between deep joy and sudden melancholy. All of this is part of the cosmic wave approaching us, reshaping how we live, how we feel, and how we relate to one another. This warning, therefore, is not merely about physical safety. It is, above all, a call to prepare spiritually and vibrationally. To remain centered is vital. Those anchored in their hearts begin to see that what is unfolding is not destruction, but rebirth. And within this rebirth, each of us has a role to play, as conscious witnesses and co-creators of the new world that is already dawning. When we speak of vibrational shifts, we are not describing some distant or abstract concept. We are speaking of something that is already unfolding within you, within every human being, and even within the very body of the Earth itself. These waves of cosmic energy arrive as higher frequencies, interacting with our energy fields, our DNA, and even our perception of reality. Many are experiencing this in the form of physical and emotional symptoms. Sleepless nights filled with dreams so vivid they feel more real than waking life. Sudden bouts of fatigue as if the body is recalibrating to a new resonance. Mood swings that cannot be explained by external circumstances alone. Some notice heightened sensitivity. Sounds, colors, emotions, and even the presence of others feel more amplified, more intense than before. This is all part of a grand recalibration. Earth is raising her frequency, and as part of her body, we too must align with this upward movement. Imagine listening to a piece of music that suddenly shifts into a higher key. Your body needs to adjust in order to keep dancing with the rhythm. That is exactly what is happening now. The universe is changing the melody, and we are learning new steps. For some, this process awakens fear, because the unknown always invites resistance. Yet Ashtar Sheran reminds us, nothing is happening by accident. The discomfort is temporary. It is like stretching wings that have long been asleep. A discomfort that precedes the freedom to soar. What matters is to nurture patience, self-care, and presence. Remember, this is not merely about surviving the energetic wave, but learning how to ride it with grace. Every emotion, every sensation, every sudden awakening in the middle of the night is an invitation to recognize that the invisible world is interacting directly with you. Do not reject the experience. Observe it. Allow your heart to understand that this transition is not destroying who you are, but revealing the most authentic and luminous version of your being. Among all the revelations shared by Ashtar Sheran, perhaps one of the most beautiful and hopeful is the vision of the cities of light. These are not cities of concrete, skyscrapers, or structures created by human technology. They are crystalline, multi-dimensional manifestations of energy, radiant beacons of healing, balance, and spiritual remembrance. They are not designed as places of escape, but as points of convergence, sacred spaces where the purest frequencies of Source meet the human experience. Imagine temples built not with stone, but with waves of living energy. Imagine plazas where the very air vibrates in resonance with love, and where every step you take fills you with lightness and renewal. These cities exist in more subtle planes, yet they are becoming more accessible to the perception of those who choose to align with the path of light. Access to a city of light is not granted by status, wealth, or social power. It depends solely on inner vibration. It is like tuning into a radio station. If your heart resonates with love, compassion, and peace, you naturally draw near to these luminous spaces. Within them, you are supported in remembering your true essence, not merely a body, but an eternal consciousness, forever connected to the cosmos. Ashtar describes these cities as places of learning and regeneration. Within them, one may interact with stellar intelligences who already live in harmony with universal laws. Non-invasive healing technologies based on crystals and resonant sound will be available. They are sanctuaries where humanity can find rest from the weight of density and rediscover the joy of unity. But we must understand, the cities of light do not simply descend as an unexpected gift. They bloom within us first. Every time we choose peace over anger, cooperation over competition, compassion over indifference, we are helping to anchor these luminous cities into the physical plane of Earth. We are the unseen builders of their foundation. Picture yourself entering one of these cities. You do not merely see crystalline structures shimmering beneath the starlight. You feel their essence flowing through your being, dissolving tension, healing old memories, awakening gifts that were long dormant. It is an experience of coming home, not to a house of walls, but to a cosmic home that has always been waiting for you. The concept of stellar fleets should not be seen merely as ships in the sky, but as extensions of a vast cosmic network of consciousness. Ashtar Sheran and the Ashtar Command are among the most recognized forces within these fleets, yet they are not alone. There are countless groups, each with their own roles and responsibilities, all working in harmony with Earth and humanity's evolution. These fleets are not armies in the human sense of the word. They are not here to conquer, dominate, or impose their will. Instead, their presence is subtle, compassionate, and often invisible to physical eyes, though profoundly felt by sensitive hearts. They are guardians, messengers, and silent companions, orbiting the Earth to ensure that certain boundaries are respected and that humanity may continue its learning path with as little destructive interference as possible. So what does it mean to connect with these fleets? It means opening one's heart and mind to the reality that we are not isolated in the cosmos. It is to recognize that just as every cell in our body belongs to a greater organism, we, as humanity, are part of a galactic community. This community communicates, assists, and protects. The stellar fleet is the living expression of that universal principle of unity. Many testimonies speak of subtle encounters, dreams where luminous ships appear, sensations of protection during difficult times, or visions of lights in the night sky moving with unmistakable intelligence. These are not coincidences. They are gentle signs of the fleet's presence, reminding us that we are never truly alone. Furthermore, Ashtar Sheran emphasizes that these fleets should not be idolized or seen as external saviors. They do not come to solve Earth's challenges in our place. Their mission is not to rescue humanity, but to support us in awakening our own inner strength and responsibility. They are like elder siblings watching from a distance, stepping in only when absolutely necessary, yet always encouraging growth and maturity. Imagine for a moment gazing at the night sky and sensing that beyond the stars, consciousness is watching with love. not as judges, but as distant family cheering for us. The stellar fleets embody this silent and magnificent presence, reminding us that Earth is not a lost ship adrift in space, but a vital part of a grand cosmic crew journeying together toward the expansion of awareness. And so, each time we raise our vibration, each time we choose love over fear, we create a clearer bridge to these intelligences. We do not need telescopes or radars to perceive them. What we need is inner stillness, alignment with the heart, and the openness to feel that reality extends far beyond the dense veil of matter. When we speak of a spiritual mission, it is not something distant, reserved only for masters or enlightened beings. Humanity's spiritual mission is written into the very heart of every human being. It is like a silent seed, waiting for the right moment to bloom. Ashtar Sheran reminds us that we did not come to Earth by chance. Each soul here agreed to take on the challenge of living on this planet during a time of profound transformation. This means the mission is not something to be sought outside, but rather an inner calling, the remembrance that we are all part of a greater work in constant creation. The spiritual mission of humanity is vast, yet it can be understood through three main pillars: awakening, unifying, and co-creating. Awakening means recognizing that reality is not limited to what the physical eyes can perceive. It is the realization that we are more than bodies and minds. We are immortal consciousness, travelers of time and space, who chose to experience matter in order to learn, expand, and share light. Unifying means remembering that we are not isolated islands. Every action, every word, every choice creates ripples that flow into the collective. Humanity's mission is to learn how to live in cooperation, understanding that true evolution does not happen in isolation, but when we embrace the truth that we are part of one universal family. Co-creating means taking responsibility as creators. Everything we think, feel, and project manifests in some way. Ashtar emphasizes that the mission is not about waiting for an external savior, but about awakening the creator within. Earth needs minds and hearts aligned with love so the future can be built upon compassion, abundance, and harmony. This spiritual mission does not demand perfection. On the contrary, it embraces our flaws, our mistakes, because they are part of the journey. With every error recognized, with every lesson integrated, we grow more conscious of the power that lives within us. Many people feel a void inside, as if they are destined for something greater, but cannot yet define it. That emptiness is the soul's call. It is the reminder that the mission is not found in titles, status, or external achievements, but in the ability to radiate light where once there was darkness. And when we look at humanity as a whole, Ashtar shows us that the collective spiritual mission is to prepare Earth to become a world of light, a living star at the heart of the galaxy. This is not only symbolic, but literal. The planet is being realigned to vibrate at higher frequencies, and every awakened human being is a crucial part of this transformation. Thus, humanity's mission is not just a philosophical idea. It is a daily practice. It is choosing love over fear. It is choosing unity over division. It is remembering in every action that we are co-authors of a great cosmic project, the rebirth of Earth as a home of peace, abundance, and expanded awareness. Within the greater spiritual plan for humanity, there exists a group with a unique purpose, the Starseeds. These beings, scattered across every corner of the planet, carry within them subtle memories, fragments of lifetimes lived in other dimensions, systems, and worlds. They are souls who chose to incarnate here, in the density of Earth, with the mission of remembering and reactivating the dormant light within humanity. Ashtar Sheran reminds us that starseeds did not come to Earth to live ordinary lives defined by conformity. From an early age, many feel different. They may experience a sense of not belonging, an unexplainable longing for something they cannot name, a deep empathy for the suffering of the world, and a constant intuition that there is more than what they have been taught. These are not flaws. They are reminders. They are keys to recognizing their true essence. The role of starseeds is to serve as living beacons in times of darkness. They do not need to wave flags or seek external recognition. Their mission is primarily vibrational. Each time a starseed chooses love in the midst of chaos, each time they practice compassion instead of judgment, each time they awaken to their cosmic origin, the entire collective benefits. These souls act as anchoring points. Wherever a starseed is present, there the energies of heaven and earth converge. They create invisible bridges between dimensions, allowing higher frequencies to reach the people and places around them. This is why they often feel different, because they carry energetic codes not only of Earth, but of the greater universe itself. Yet Ashtar also reminds us, being a starseed is not about feeling superior or separate from others. On the contrary, it is about understanding that this difference exists to serve, to guide with humility, and to offer light to those still walking in the shadows. Seeds are not planted to be admired. They are planted to grow, to blossom, and to inspire others to awaken. And how do they bloom? Not necessarily through grand external missions, but through coherence between thought, word, and action. A starseed blossoms when they live aligned with their truth, when they honor their sensitivity, when they connect with Earth while remembering their cosmic roots. In the vast mosaic of planetary ascension, starseeds are like luminous stones paving the path forward. Each one is essential. Each one carries a unique mission, even if often expressed in silence. Their role is to remind humanity that we are more than we believe ourselves to be, and that together we can co-create a future where Earth becomes once again a sacred garden, harmonized with the heartbeat of the cosmos. Ashtar Sheran leaves us with a call that transcends words, resonating as a living energy that reaches into the soul. He reminds us that this is a time of choices, not external choices dictated by systems of power, but inner choices that define the vibration each of us wishes to sustain during this pivotal moment in Earth's history. He invites us to look within and ask, am I vibrating in fear or in love? Am I being guided by separation or by unity? Am I remembering who I truly am, or am I still imprisoned by the illusions of the world? Ashtar's call is not for us to abandon our lives, but to transform the way we live them. He asks us to turn each gesture into a sacred act, each thought into a bridge to higher dimensions, each emotion into an opportunity for healing. Simply waking each day with the intention to radiate peace is, in itself, a mission fulfilled. He also reminds us that we are not alone in this process. The stellar fleets, the cities of light, and even Earth's own consciousness are cooperating with every human who chooses to walk the path of light. Even when we feel lost, there is an invisible network sustaining our steps, waiting only for us to trust enough to open ourselves to it. For the starseeds, this call is even more profound. You did not come to Earth to repeat old patterns, but to break them. You came to show through living example that there is another way. It is not about convincing others. The simple radiance of your consciousness is enough to illuminate many hearts around you. Ashtar tells us, remember, we are not distant gods, but stellar brothers and sisters. We are here not to save, but to walk alongside you, reminding you that the power of transformation lies within each of you. The final call is clear. Stand strong, radiate light, and trust the process. The transformations may appear chaotic, but they are the prelude to a new Earth already being born. And each one of us is part of that dawn. If you felt the energy of this message and recognize the light within you, don't wait any longer. Begin today to align your vibration with love, peace, and compassion. Share this message with those who also feel the call of transformation. Subscribe to the channel to continue receiving guidance from the Galactic Federation and Ashtar Sheran. And most importantly, remember, every positive thought, every act of love, every conscious choice is a step toward co-creating the new Earth. Be part of this awakening.